Morning everyone. Today I am here to discuss about the poem A Trek Through the Himalayas. And this poem is written by Srinjay Chakravarty. This poem says about the journey through the Himalayas. What the experience of mountaineers, what the experience of our poet. Let's discuss about it. In the first stanza, the journey start. The journey lasts for days and days. We trek up valley, hill and slope. We carry with ourselves the hope to traverse strange, untrodden ways. It means in the first stanza, poet reveals that trekking through the Himalayas is a journey of many days and a difficult task too. The trekkers climb up through the Himalayas with positive hope. The trekking is through the valley, hills and top, sometime through the unfamiliar and untrodden ways too. Here untrodden means the path never been walked upon. Now move on to the second stanza. We enter now a world of clouds. Along the way we hear the call of mountain, wind and waterfall. The pallid mist is spreading shrouds. Here in the second stanza, poet reveals his experience. Actually, the poet was with his troop, that means a group of mountaineers. He was continuing with his journey. So, in the second stanza, the poet is sharing his experience when he is about to reach the peak of the mountains, means Himalayas. He feels like they are among the clouds, and he also feels that mountains are calling them. Now, in third stanza, at last we reach the final peak, the summit beckons us to come. The air is cold, our feet are numb, we climb to reach the place we seek. In this stanza, the poet shows his emotions when they finally reach at the peak of Himalayas. They are enchanted by the view. He describes about the mountains that they are covered with snow. He also says that the air on the peak is very cold, which make their feet numb. The poet strongly says about the feeling and the emotions that how mountains are calling them. So they climb with positive hope to their destinations. Now in the fourth stanza, the path is steep and narrow there. It snakes its way. These stairs of stone now mark the route we make our own. The sunshine, gills and lucid air. Here in the third stanza, poet talks about the route of the peak of the Himalayas, which is very steep and narrow. He says that they have to make their own way. The poet experiences about the beauty of sun, that how the sun shines falling over the falling over the covering of mist and appear like gold. At last, in the last stanza, poet says that the peak is stark. Stark means without any decoration and bright as a snow. We look where sky and earth have merged. That means they have seen the beauty of nature, how the sky and the earth are merging. From high above, our souls are poked, forgotten lies the worlds below. Here the poet is overwhelmed with the happiness to see the horizon from the top. At last he expresses his feelings that now their souls are cleansed of bad thoughts and feelings. He says to the readers not to remember anything about the world below when you are at the peak of the mountains, when you are at the peak of the Himalayas. This poem is about the poet's journey through the Himalayas. The experience is deeply spiritual and cathartic. By reading this poem, students will be able to learn about the weather conditions in high altitude areas, be thrilled by the exciting journey, and understanding the feeling of mountaineers when they reach at the top. So, this was the poem. I hope so you like it very much. Thank you. Morning everyone. Today I am here to discuss about the poem A Trek Through the Himalayas. And this poem is written by Srinjay Chakravarty. This poem says about the journey through the Himalayas. What the experience of mountaineers, what the experience of